talk about fleas and ticks, things to look for as the season changes, and some preventatives, things that you can do in your house if your animal does get a flea or tick. Ticks really love to live where the cut grass meets the high grass. So if you're on the trail in a park and your dog likes to sniff on the edges, that's usually where you'll pick up the ticks. They're kind of lying in wait for a meal to come by. If you think you see a tick on your dog, they're usually embedded, so you won't see their heads. Sometimes you won't see their legs. You'll see their body part. And it actually, most clients will describe it to me as it looks like a little piece of corn kind of sticking out of your dog. And what you want to do is just get a good old pair of tweezers that you might have in your bathroom laying around, and you just want to make sure that you get the tick, you take the tweezer right where you think the tick is, and just grab very, very close to the skin and pull it out. And it doesn't really matter if you think you left the mouth part in, because once you have the body, that tick is dead and it can't go on to transmit disease anymore. People can definitely get ticks. Usually tick bites are not itchy. Ticks actually do secrete a protein in their saliva that stops the body from being itchy. Ticks like to go where it's warm on your body. So if you're outside weeding, gardening, hiking, they'll like to go around your ankles, under your socks. They can crawl up and get in your warmer area, like your inguinal area or your armpit. So always check whenever you come in from outside, before you go into the shower, look on your body, look for the tick. You can remove the tick from yourself the same way that you remove it from your pet. The main types of flea and tick preventatives can be topical products where you part the fur and you apply a liquid really close to the skin and let it dry. Those usually last up to a month. There can be chewable flea and tick products where you administer them orally once a month, once every 3 months. And there can be collars worn that kill the flea and tick before it can bite your dog. So if you find fleas on your pet, you are going to want to treat every pet in your house, cats and dogs, for a minimum of 6 months in order to break the life cycle and make sure that if eggs are hatching in your house, they can't get back onto your pet. So treating them will keep the flea off your pet. Then eventually the eggs that live in the environment will shrivel up and die. You'll want to vacuum. There are some flea powders and things like that that you can get at the store to kind of help, you know, when you're cleaning everything up. But a nice vacuuming, you don't need to call an exterminator. You'll probably just be able to do it if you clean yourself. A lot of dogs and cats that have fleas are not scratching as much as you think they would be. A good place to look for fleas is on the lower back of the dog or cat, kind of right above the tail. And you kind of want to part the fur, and you'll be actually looking for what we call flea dirt, which is actually flea feces, which is dried blood from the fleas taking a little meal off of your pet. If you part the fur, you'll notice around the skin, it might look like somebody shook black pepper all over the skin, and it's actually the flea feces that you're seeing. And if you put those on a wet paper towel, they will turn red because it's actually dried blood. You probably will not see fleas at all in your house. People can get bit by fleas, but people will not harbor a flea infestation. But when fleas bite people, there's usually little red itchy marks around your ankles. But you usually won't have such a bad flea infestation in your house that you should be getting bit. I'm Dr. Christie Schroth. I've been a veterinarian for 18 years.